Hey, it's Tuesday, November 16th, and I did a lot of pruning today. These aromas were looking pretty bad. Found some suckers I let grow way too long. Fixed them up. This plant's hurting. I don't know if that one's gonna live or not. It's got some bad leaves. It's kind of screwed up. This one's doing pretty well. It's got some bunch of tomatoes on it. Some oblong ones right here, but they feel good. They don't feel bad. They should be okay. Leaves are starting to get a little fungus on them. As you can see, the grapes and the cherries are now taller than I am. Got a couple grapes getting ready to turn here. Yep. Starting to ripen up. It's got all the cherries here on this one. Since I pruned it up a couple weeks ago, they've been growing like crazy. Big cluster there and a big cluster there. Some more grapes. In this plant, I let a sucker grow. And I think I might have let it grow too long because this one grew out. As you can see, the main stem is there. And then I let this sucker over here grow out. See here. However, it does have some tomatoes on it. It's pretty healthy, so we'll see what happens. I might end up cutting it off after I get the cherries off this one and let the main two just grow. Plan on keeping these two for a little while, as long as I can, the cherries. My celebrities are coming along good. Just prune these up. Got lots of space, and lots of blooms here. Some blooms, 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 more. Got some tomatoes on these ones, you can see. There. Big nice ones there, a couple there growing, down there, and then this one's starting to get some on it too. Trim this one up today. Some there, see them? Nice big one. A couple down there, a few over there, a few over there. These plants are doing really good. Over here, this eggplant's doing great. However, it's not getting pollinated, so I might end up having to give a shot at hand pollinating it. See what happens with that. And then we come over to the other bed. See more pruning going on. Some of my better boys there. Nice blooms, blossoms, blossoms, blossoms. Little sucker right there. Get the hell out of there. I'm going with this whole idea of keeping the suckers out, giving more energy to the fruit. I don't care if they're determinate or indeterminate. Just giving it a shot, see how it works. Little Mr. Stripey. I believe it got pollinated. You can see that it's closed. Looks like it's doing its thing. These are my yellow cherries. They're freaking going off. All kinds of blooms. A few down at the bottom. Little cluster, little cluster. I just pinned these all together today since I let a sucker down there grow as well. And then these ones, the other cherries, they're going crazy as well because I let another sucker grow, which I shouldn't have done. However, it's okay. Got a lot of cherries on there. I'm just gonna have to stake it up a little higher. There's some big boys. Oh, these are more celebrities. Big celebrities, see on there? Big ones. A couple of nice ones. Little blooms there. There's some over here, over here, over here. They're getting ready to all go off. And then the big boys. My big boys are looking good so far. There's a couple we got down here. And a couple over here. Other than that, just got some blossoms. Or some blooms up here or there. Yeah. Can't tell if that's a sucker or not. I believe it is. I'm gonna let that one go for a little bit. And then this one needed some help. Trimmed it up. There's some leaves on the bottom that were starting to get some fungus on them. This is the one that died that I revived, so it's got an extra long stem on it. Normally this would have been right here would have been the V where it splits. However, since I broke it, and tried to fix it. Now the V is all the way up here. So as you can see, there's a good 2 feet of stem there, which is okay. Eventually it'll get really thick and nice and probably have a nice plant here. Got some nice blooms on there and there. See what happens with that one. Got our Phoenix tomato down here. Got a couple on this little guy. And then we got solar fires. Just ones I picked up from the store for $1. Doing pretty well. Small plants, but they're producing pretty good. Here's the big boy I fixed. Oh, and look, I broke it. Uh-oh. Must have done that earlier when I was pruning. Oops. That's not good. That was kind of an experiment anyways. I'm not too worried about this plant. I'll move him over here. And then we got a beefsteak. I'm sorry, a beef master that I got the other day for $1.50. Nice little plant. It's already grown pretty good since I've been here. Had no blooms on it when I bought it. It's got blooms all over. All over. Trimmed it up today, pruned it up today. Gave it a nice long stalk to work with. And we'll see how it goes. So those are the tomatoes.